Hey, welcome back, YouTubers. This is Ray with Jade Investment. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up and share this video so others can see what you're learning, and you can help others as well by showing them this video. Today we're going to be talking about analyzing a property. And we're going to go step by step. I'll explain every single thing that we go through. You can do this at home. You can do this while you're out eating dinner. I mean, you can do this on a napkin. So I'm going to explain this. You're going to do this prior to purchasing a property. So in other words, if you go through the MLS, if you go through advertising, whatever it is, wherever you find the property, you're going to do this first before you make an offer. Reason why is because you don't want to waste your time. Your time is too valuable to be wasting, to making offers that you have not done this. So you want to analyze your property first, and then you want to go ahead and contact your real estate agent and tell them, look, this is a property I'm interested in. I already ran the numbers. This is what I want. And then you can make your offer there as well. After you start looking at it and you see what, you lower the offer as well. So there's different methods, but always make sure you analyze your property before you make an offer, before you even go look at it, because you don't want to waste your time. So let's go back and let's go at the very beginning. Let's just say you went and saw this property. You liked it, you enjoyed it. It was beautiful. It had a fireplace. It was remodeled. It was everything you wanted in a dream home, because this is your dream home. Wrong. We're not buying your dream home. You're buying a investment property, a rental property. Now, I'm not saying that you want to buy something ugly, something that is coming apart, something that it should be demolished. No, not at all. I am telling you to go buy a rental property, not your forever home. A rental property that you wouldn't mind living in. A rental property that you would live in. You can go back to the very beginning when you were paying rent in a house. That's the type of home you want. You want something nice. You want something that's got central air, something that's going to make the people live there for years and pay you rent. That they're going to feel comfortable in the neighborhood to pay you rent. So in other words, you want a nice neighborhood. You don't want $1 million neighborhood. You want a nice working class neighborhood where people enjoy going home. They feel safe. Neighborhood's fine. Their kids can go outside and play, and so on. That's what a rental property looks like. Okay, so that's what you need to look for. So once you see that, you're going through the MLS and you see a property that you like, it looks nice from the outside, you look through the photos and you see, oh, it looks great inside as well. Outside, neighborhood looks great. Inside looks great. Doesn't need to be remodeled, or maybe it just needs a couple of paints. Rooms need painting, maybe the kitchen needs painting, and this is where your closing costs, your rehab and all that is in there. Let's just say you have that. Okay. That's the property you're looking at. So now let's analyze it before you even call your real estate agent, before you actually go look at the inside of the property. So now analyze the property. Now the numbers match. Okay, call your real estate agent. I want to go look at all these properties because I analyzed 5 different properties. Now you go look at all 5 of them. You decide which one you want. You make offers on them as well while you're there, and you can even, I like to lowball. I like to go give lowball offers. What is the worst they're going to say? No. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and this is your 2 primary factors that you're looking at. Is your cash flow and your appreciation. Cash flow is the money that you're receiving after you do all your expenses. This is what goes into your pocket. This is what goes into your bank account. Appreciation is each month and throughout the years, your property appreciates and it goes up in value. If you go back to one of my videos, you'll remember that I purchased a property years ago for $45,000. Now the appreciation went up to $227,000. That's what it was appraised at. Huge difference. So, and this is your cash on cash. This is rate on investment. So on this one, we're going to put your down payment, which is $20,000. Your closing costs, we're going to put approximately $5,000, and your rehab, we're going to put $3,000, which is basically painting. We're just going to do minor touch-ups. Paint the walls. Maybe you looked at a house and it's red. I'm not a fan of red, but it's just bright red. Or maybe you have somebody that put polka dots on there. Do you honestly think somebody's going to rent that? I don't think so. So you go in there and you put colors like this. I mean, something that would just blend in with the floors. You don't want red unless you like red. But here we go. Let's go ahead and go to property. Let's say you find a property and it's $100,000. So your property is at $100K. Most banks, mortgage companies, mortgage lenders are going to want 20 to 25% down. That is all the way across. You might say, well, I don't have 20, 25,000 down, so what am I going to do? Go down through, once you subscribe, go down through my videos and you're going to see how to raise capital. You're going to see different ways to purchase properties. You're going to see the VHA loan, the VA loan that I also showed on there, how to do that. There's different videos that you can go through my video YouTube channel and you can see that. So let's say you do have 20% down. So you're going to put 20K down and that's going to leave you with an $80,000 mortgage because you put 20% down, your down payment. Okay? So that's what we have now. You put 20% down, you have $80,000 mortgage, and this is what your mortgage is going to look like. Your mortgage payment is going to be $458. That is your mortgage. That's what you have to come up each month. Don't let this scare you. Don't let this intimidate you. It's just a mortgage, okay? Let me explain it this way. You can go on my videos and I'll talk about budgeting. Millionaires, billionaires, they all budget. If they didn't budget, they won't be millionaires, they won't be billionaires. If I didn't budget, I couldn't have these homes either. If I didn't learn how to budget, and I had to learn, just like you're going to have to learn as well. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, hey, I know how to budget. Nobody is born knowing how to budget. They don't teach this in schools, which they should, but that's a different subject. So go to my videos and learn how to budget. So let's go ahead and go down the list, and this is what you're going to want. This is your expenses. We're going to go with taxes. And again, the taxes and the expenses that I put here is for this city, for this state. This is Texas. You need to check on your city, your state, on how they do taxes, how your insurance company, because I'm about to show you insurance company, but each insurance charges a different fee. Each property will be a different fee. So this is numbers that I ran for this particular property, for this particular investment, for the particular state, city, and insurance, okay? So just keep that in mind. So here's taxes is $120. We're going to put your insurance. Your insurance is going to be $55. And again, like I have to make sure that you understand, taxes and insurance are going to be different in every place. So don't get upset if this doesn't work out for you. Continue analyzing properties until you find one that works for you. Okay? I didn't stop and say, oh, mine didn't work, so I'm going to quit. Continue working at it until you find the one that works for you. You're going to see that this one does make money. So your vacancy. Your vacancy is what you're going to put away. I misspelled that. Ain't that something? Your vacancy is something you're going to put away, which is 5%, which is $50. You want 5% on your vacancy. Your vacancy is basically, say your tenant moves out and you have the property, say you had the property for a year and you put $50 away for a year. I think that comes up to about $600, if I'm correct. So then that would cover that mortgage for the following month until you get somebody else in there. That's why it's important to put vacancy in there. Your repairs, your maintenance and repairs is also 5%, which is $50. And don't think that you're going to have to repair your house, that rental property, each month. We have rental properties and we haven't even done anything for over a year. So keep that in mind. So that money just gets put away. We don't touch it. We don't mess with it. Just in case something does come up, then we have it. The tenant actually paid for the repairs. You didn't. The tenant did. So capital expenditures, that is also 5%. Which is also $50. So I know it's looking like a little mess and scribble that's going on here. I'm not sure what's happening. But your capital expenditures is, let's say, 10 to 15 years down the line. You need a roof. And a roof may cost you $5,000 to $6,000 to replace the shingles, depending on what area you live in. Here is basically about $5,500 to $6,000. $5,500 to $6,000. If you put $50 away a month, and in 1 year, in 10 years, you should have about $6,000. So within 10 years, your tenant just paid for a new roof. Or tenants, depending on how many tenants move out and move out. You may have a tenant that's been there for 10 years. In fact, we went to go look at a rental property. This tenant was there for over 15 years. Over 15 years this tenant was in there. So think about that. That tenant basically paid your entire mortgage. So tell me that this doesn't work. It does work. So we're going to also do your property management. Your property management is 10%, which comes up. So this is what we're going to do. This is your mortgage. We're going to rent this property for $1,200. So this comes up to $120 at 10%. Okay? Understand, in your city, your state, depending on where you're at, you can rent for $1,200. You may be able to rent it for $1,500. You may be able to rent it for $2,000. So see the difference? We're about to see how much this property makes. So you're going to add all your expenses, and this is going to come up to $445. This is all your expenses. So you're going to bring your expenses to your mortgage. You're going to add these two figures up, and this is going to be $903. Your expenses, your mortgage, added up, that is your total expenses, is $903. So then you're going to take your $903 and you're going to put it here. You're going to subtract it from the rent that you collect each month, which comes up to $297. $297 is your cash flow. That is how much money you are making each month for sitting at home, for going out to eat, while you're on vacation, while you're out at the movies, whatever you're doing. Just sitting on the couch if that's what you want to do. You're making $297 a month. So then let's go ahead and multiply that for the year, because you do want to see how much you do make in a year. So you make $3,564 a year on this one. That's a one single property. You make $3,564. And this is a regular rental. One of our Airbnbs makes more than that in a month. So that's another teaching that I can do. This is just one property. So imagine that. You're making $3,564 a year. $297 a month. Easy money, isn't it? Very easy money. So look at here. We did our vacancy at $50. to pay your mortgage in case somebody moves out. Okay? You may think, I don't want to do the property management because I want to be in charge and I want to be the landlord. That's fine. If you want to be the landlord, go ahead. But still do this expense in here. The reason why, you gain 10 properties. You gain 10 properties, that's over $1,000 in property management fees. Let's say you gain 10 properties and all of a sudden you say, well, this is too many properties. I want to go enjoy myself instead of being tied up to the phone, tied up as a landlord, waiting for them to call. Or you're on vacation, all of a sudden they call you because something messed up at their house and they need somebody to come and fix a leak. Do you want to be messing with that, or do you rather be on vacation? I see this as rather paying someone else $120 a month, which I don't pay them. It's the tenant that pays them. So if you had 10 properties and you didn't do this, and all of a sudden you want to hire a property manager and you didn't put this expense in there, this is going to mess up your entire cash flow. You may be in the negatives if you didn't do this correctly. So make sure you put all this. And say for instance, you put this in there and you're still the property manager after you had 10 properties. That's over $1,000 extra a month that you're going to put away. Your bank account just grows and grows and grows. And that's how you become wealthy. So now you want to find out what your cash on cash, your rate on investment return is. So what you're going to do, and this is, say for instance, you have some stocks, you have investments, you're in the stock market, and you want to see, does this add up to the stock market? Is it pretty close? Well, we're about to find out. So you add this up, this is $28,000. That's the total that you put in. Again, this figure may be different. Closing costs may be different because of your state, city, and the property that you purchase. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your $3,564. This is your annual. You're going to bring that, and you're going to divide your $28,000. You're going to divide your $28,000 to that. This is going to bring 12.72%. That's how much you're making off of this property, because that's all you put in it. Okay? You didn't buy it in cash. You just financed everything. So again, we'll go at property at $100,000. Your taxes, insurance, vacancy, maintenance and repairs, your C&E, which is your capital expenditures, your property management comes up to $445. You bring it up to your mortgage. You add it up, it's $903. You subtract all your expenses from your rent, which is $1,200, comes up to $297 a month, $3,564 a year. That's extra income. This is your extra income. Not including all the money that you're putting away, because this is not used every month. So again, your bank account grows and grows and grows. And before you know it, let's say 5 years from now, you want to buy another property. You can take some of this money and repeat it again. It might not even take you 5 years to gain that money, because you can also do the same thing with this money, put all this money together. Again, this is just a single family home, a rental property. You're not falling in love with it. This is a rental investment. If you want to do an Airbnb, we have an Airbnb. It makes, if I'm correct, about $4,500 a month. That's the Airbnb property a month. You see the difference? This is your rental. This is one Airbnb. Huge difference. But this is a month. This is a year. So I will be doing a video on the Airbnb side on how to do a rental and turn it into an Airbnb property. And you're going to see how huge of a difference, how much money you make and how much money you make in a year. One of our Airbnbs, just one, I'm going to tell you, just one makes almost $60,000 a year. Just one. And I believe this figure is a little higher than this. It's just a figure that I came on top because I know ours, you can rent from $145 a day up to $175 a day and higher. It all depends. Depends on the time of year as well. Again, I hope this helped you on how to analyze a property. Again, analyze it first while you're looking it up on the computer and you see 5 different properties and these are the 5 that you want to look at. Analyze it first. If it works for you, if the numbers bring cash flow, that is the key word. Oh, that's another thing. $297 might not be enough for you, or it might be too much for you. You may be happy with $100 a month of cash flow. That is totally up to you. You decide what number you're comfortable with. If it's 100, I know some people do it at 100. Some people are comfortable with cash flow of $100 a month. Some people are comfortable with $300 a month. Some people rather have $500 a month. You decide what you're comfortable with. I can't tell you which one you can be comfortable with. But understand, appreciation is another one. That is huge because that brings a lot of value. Say you bought this property for $100,000 and the mortgage is $80,000 and all of a sudden this property raised up to $150,000 value. Look how much value you have in that property already. Your net worth just grew by 50 grand. By 50 grand. Actually, it will be 70 because you already have a mortgage on it. So you have $70,000 extra net worth. So don't just look at it as the cash flow, although that is what you want. I enjoy the cash flow. I enjoy both. I want both. So I want both of these to be good. So again, just determine what is comfortable for you. Analyze the property first. Do not fall in love with the property. That is a number one mistake people do. They fall in love with the property, they don't run their numbers, and all of a sudden they find out that they are in trouble, that this is negative, that money is coming out of their pocket because they didn't run the numbers. So make sure you run the numbers. Hope this helped. Share this video with others. Hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you on the next one. I'll do an Airbnb video and I'll do some other ones as well. Thanks for watching.